Now, forewarned weather with Ashlee Baracy.
Well, good Thursday morning, folks. As we take a live look outside at Metro Airport, you see the activity with the planes there, but a little hazy off on the horizon as we've had some low-lying clouds and patchy fog develop across the area just due to the ample amount of moisture left behind from yesterday's rain. And so we'll hold on to that humidity. Fog will burn off over the next couple hours thanks to sunshine, but it's going to stay humid as we head through the weekend. Right now, 67 degrees at Metro Airport, 65 in Pontiac, Grosse Ile at 68. And good morning to you in Port Huron at 63. Rather calm winds, and that also leads to that fog formation as you just need a little bit of that breeze to kind of blow all that moisture around. So 85 for the afternoon high today. I'll tell you what, coming off of all that rain, and if you haven't cut the grass yet, well, you might want to get the lawnmower out today because we do have more rain chances in the forecast, and you know what that means. We're just going to see the lawn get longer and longer over the next couple days. So might want to get outside and get some of that yard work in, especially first part of the day before we get into that kind of stifling humidity of the afternoon in those mid 80s. Rainfall totals, and so we had some impressive pockets yesterday. Let's zoom into the map. And so we picked up more than 3 inches of rain, radar indicated at least, from Melvindale towards Lincoln Park, where we did have a flood advisory in the early part of the afternoon yesterday. Any of those alerts have lifted, but we were on either side of 2 inches from Heartland, Fenton, off towards Ortonville, so portions of Oakland and Livingston County getting some of that heavier rain. More heavy rain is possible in the forecast. So as for tomorrow, I want to be really transparent with tomorrow's forecast. Even though we're 24 hours out, there's still a lot of uncertainty due to a couple different atmospheric conditions, and it's a boom or bust type of forecast. You might get minimal rain, or there is the possibility of seeing up to 2 inches of rainfall in some areas across Metro Detroit. So there is an excessive marginal risk for heavier rain going into tomorrow. And then with a cold front going into Saturday, we'll have more heavy downpours. So let's show you what we have on tap for today. Barely anything. Like I said, you might get something bubble up, but models don't even pick that up as much. Now this model around 2, 3 o'clock, peak heat of the day tomorrow, bringing some of those scattered showers in, and it doesn't look impressive. But like I said, there's just a couple steering factors there that could make that either drier or much heavier with the rainfall. Now Saturday, cold front likely isn't going to sweep through until the overnight hours, but preceding that front, we'll have the peak heat of the day, and there will be enough instability to see some of those showers and storms fire off in the afternoon. But we could be taking that rain with the frontal passage into the overnight before drying things out as we go throughout your Sunday. So weekend forecast here. We will possibly hit 90 on Saturday before that front sweeps through, and it doesn't cool us off a whole lot. 85 comes Sunday with some drier conditions building in for the early part of next week, and we still stay on the warm side. But if you're traveling up north this weekend, plan for either side of 80 close to Alpena, Rogers City, with those storm chances for your Saturday, and that all has to do with the cold front draping the state. So Saturday in Mackinac Island, some storm chances, but mid to upper 70s through the weekend. And then as we travel over to Traverse City, well, likely holding on to the 80s, but there will be a possibility of a shower Friday and those storm chances Saturday. So much like here, we hold on to those chances through about Sunday morning, and then we'll be rising close to 90 for at least the first half of next week.
With Ashlee.
Well, we have the tale of really 3 different kinds of weather stories here. The first one is what we were dealing with yesterday evening, that cold front now sweeping well off to the east, and high pressure briefly building in. That's going to bring us a bit of a calmer pattern for today. But we have this system that's just south of Minneapolis, this disturbance that could bring us some heavy rain tomorrow. But there's still quite a bit of uncertainty within this next 24 hours as it approaches our area, whether or not it kind of diminishes and weakens and just brings us some light rain, or if it will interact with some other atmospheric conditions and bring us some heavy downpours. And so we're keeping a close eye on how this pans out with every model run that's coming in. Now, the next major weather maker would be that cold front that's off to the west. That impacts us by Saturday. So that's Saturday's rainmaker here. Right now, as we take a live look at Metro Airport, we're sitting at 68 degrees there, 65 in Pontiac, 68 in Grosse Ile, and Port Huron 63. So widespread 60s to start your day. Although that's not really refreshing because we have that humidity that's really high. So it's the air you can wear as you step outside. So temperatures are rising for the rest of the week, and we're really going to be cranking up the humidity through the weekend with that storm potential. Looking at your afternoon planner, 85, few clouds mix in, but certainly starting off the morning with with a little more sunshine. Rainfall totals were impressive in pockets yesterday, where we picked up upward of 3 inches of rain downriver. That led to a flood advisory in Melvindale, Lincoln Park, and then we were right around 2 inches in portions of Livingston and Oakland counties. And we could see upward of 2 inches of rain with that system I said is still a little iffy that's pushing through Iowa right now. That's going to lead us to a marginal risk for some flash flooding tomorrow. And then with that cold front, we could have a few more heavy downpours leading to some excessive rainfall come Saturday. So how does all this time out for you? We see how we hold on to pretty clear skies today. Few clouds mix in, but by Friday afternoon, 2-3 o'clock, so we'll say peak heat of the day, that's when we have those rain chances. So this one keeping it more on the lighter side, but at least you get the timing of that. But we could see some more moisture releasing heavier amounts of rain with that system. Now the cold front that I point out off to the west, watch how that tracks east heading into the weekend. Now the timing of how that front passes, it'll be an overnight event, Saturday into Sunday. And typically this is how it would pan out, where you have the moisture draping the frontal passage and that rain would come late. But there definitely is a chance to seeing some storms fire off that precede that front in the heat of the day Saturday, so I'm not going to rule out some early to late evening showers and storms come Sunday or Saturday. Then by Sunday, we're going to be drying things out throughout the day, and then we will be right around 90 degrees or just below it for the first half of next week with a slightly drier pattern. So great pool days next week.